Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. No activity against Tamil or Tamil Nadu can be allowed to ever happen in this soil. This is what CM Stalin said. Now, the topic is the imposition of Hindi. At least that is what DMK feels is happening in Tamil Nadu. Imposition of Hindi. Let's talk about that. Let's get right into the show. The question here is center actually imposing Hindi? And is center right in imposing Hindi? Let us look at it from the center's perspective. Then I will spend 5 minutes to look at it from Bharatiya Janata Party's perspective. And then let us look at it from Stalin and DMK and Tamil Nadu perspective. ठीक है ना? So here we go. You see, from India perspective or from the central government perspective, central government says that Baba, you need one language that links Kashmir to Kanyakumari. You need one language. Now that one language which you need cannot be English. Why can't it be English? Because they say English is a foreign language. It is not an Indian language. It is not an Indian's language. It is a foreign language. And bulk of the people in India does not speak English. So therefore English cannot be that language. Now the argument is India is the second largest English speaking nation in the world, by the way. But that being said, if you actually look at statistics, more people in India speaks Hindi than English. So center says English therefore cannot be that topic, that language that links center, that is Kashmir, to Kanyakumari. Point number 1. Point number 2, the center also says that Babare, listen, it is not just, we are saying, okay, Hindi is important, everybody speaks Hindi, a lot of people speak Hindi, it can be a national language, it can be spoken across the country and all that. It is not just we saying. The center says that, Baba, Constitution says, Article 351 of the Indian Constitution says, in fact, it's a directive for development of Hindi language. It says that it shall be the duty of the Union to promote spread of Hindi language, to develop it so that it may serve as a medium of expression for all the elements of the composite culture of India and to secure its enrichment by assimilating without interfering with its genuineness. The form, style and expression used in Hindustani and in other languages of India specified in the 8th schedule, and by drawing whenever necessary or desirable for its vocabulary primarily on Sanskrit and secondarily on other languages. While we are on it, let us also talk about the 8th schedule. Like it is said, Hindustani languages, the other Hindustani languages mentioned in 8th schedule. The other Hindustani languages mentioned in 8th schedule are as follows. 1 is Assamese, 2nd Bengali, 3rd Gujarati, Hindi, Kannada, Kashmiri, Konkani, Malayalam, Manipuri, Marathi, Nepali, Oriya, Punjabi, Sanskrit, Sindhi, Tamil, Telugu, Urdu, Bodo, Santali, Maithili and Dogri. These are the 22 other languages listed in Schedule 8. Okay. Now, for this, the central government says, एक काम करेंगे, ठीक है ना? We have a 3-language policy in every state. 3-language policy. One language is your regional language of the state. So I am from Maharashtra. So one language here will be Marathi. The second language here could be English, and the third language should be Hindi. So 3 languages. So, a student from Maharashtra, he or she will learn 3 languages. Marathi, regional language, Hindi and English. Chalo. He says, so therefore we mitigate every problem of yours, right? You feel that, your regional language will not be spoken, your regional language may die, your regional language may get affected because of imposition of Hindi. So ये सब mitigate करते हैं, हम 3 language में focus करते हैं. Your language, Hindi and English. ठीक है? Now let us look at it from Tamil Nadu's perspective. Tamil Nadu says, or a lot of states in South, including Tamil Nadu leads the voice. Tamil Nadu says, why? Why should my student, my child learn 3 languages? In Uttar Pradesh, how many languages does that child learn? That child will have to learn Hindi and English. Whereas a child from Tamil Nadu may have to learn Tamil, Hindi and English. Why? Why an extra burden of one more language? Tamil Nadu and DMK says that are you willing? Are you teaching Tamil in Uttar Pradesh? Because logic is very clear. It is not that Tamilians are the only people going to Uttar Pradesh and people from Uttar Pradesh are not coming to Madras, that is Chennai, for a job. It is not that. It is people from Uttar Pradesh, Bihar comes to Chennai for a job. Chennai, Cochin, everywhere they come for a job. So then, if a person from Tamil Nadu has to go to Uttar Pradesh, he or she, or anyway, Maharashtra or Madhya Pradesh, he or she will learn Hindi. But why force? But likewise, then in that case, you teach people in Madhya Pradesh and in Uttar Pradesh and in Odisha and everybody else Tamil and or Malayalam, and let them learn that language, let them learn a South Indian language, because it is the funda is the same. We need to speak Hindi when we come to your land. You need to speak South Indian language when you go to South Indian land. Isn't that fair? ठीक है. Now the problem is, lot of people say that, भाई ऐसा है कि what is your problem? Why is that an ego for a South Indian to learn Hindi? What is the ego factor? More than ego factor, I think what the South face is a feeling of being imposed, a feeling of being pushed, a feeling of being forced. The fact is, no South Indian language is taught in any other states as a third language. And Hindi is being asked to be a third language in the south of India. This is something that South Indians have a problem with. This is something that a South Indian is talking about. Now let us talk about the Bharatiya Janata Party angle. You see, a lot of political parties, especially political parties from South, has a feeling that, you see, Bharatiya Janata Party has ulterior motives to push Hindi. Now, if you look at it, Bharatiya Janata Party, the core ideology, the core focus of Bharatiya Janata Party is Hindi, Hindu, Hindustan. They are the 3 core factors. Hindi, Hindu, Hindustan. Wherever there is Hindi spoken, wherever there is a large population who speaks, understands, have got their mother tongue as Hindi, Bharatiya Janata Party has a chance of dominating those states. states which are not necessarily Hindi speaking stroke, understanding stroke, mother tongue, these states, Bharatiya Janata Party finds it difficult to get entry. Or even if they get, it is not permanent. We saw in Karnataka. Come goes, come goes. So the point is, a lot of political parties, especially in the south, says that, भैया जी Hindi का बात कर रहा है ना, this is not for the nation. This is not to ensure that the nation is, is tied in one thread and all that. It is because Bharatiya Janata Party wants to spread its wings into south. They want to compete with us in our state. That is why they are spreading Hindi. And once this Hindi is spread, they will ensure that they will dominate our states. That is why they want Hindi to be the third language in that particular state. And they want students to learn Hindi. Now, if you look at what Stalin said, let me read out what Stalin says. Stalin says, you are accusing us of doing politics over the NEP, that is the National Education Policy. But it is the center which is doing politics by promoting Hindi in a country where people speak different languages. You play politics with language and religion and then accuse others. This is what Stalin said. Remember? Hindi, Hindu, Hindustan. This is what Stalin says. Chalo. So we spoke about the center, we spoke about Bharatiya Janata Party, we spoke about South. Now let us speak one more aspect of this. One more aspect is what a lot of right-winger per se ask. A lot of right-wingers will ask. Why English? Kai ko English? Why should you learn English? It is somebody else's language, Baba. You learn Hindi, no? It is at least an Indian language. Why English? You see, one needs to understand something very clearly. You see, today, the head of FBI, top CEOs in the world are Indians. Indian origin. Top CEOs, be it Sundar Pichai, be it Nadella, be it Indira Nui, top CEOs are Indians. You know why? Because possibly we are the world's second largest English-speaking nation. The fact that we speak English, the fact that we are conversant in English makes us easy to interact with the world. Makes it easy to interact with the world. Like we say that in India, Hindi will be convenient because you can speak Hindi in almost every state in the country. Likewise, English is convenient because you can speak English possibly in almost every country in the world. And there will be somebody who understands English. The fact that we learn English from our KG class, we learn English in our school, and most of us who goes to school, who has studied, who has done decent education, can at least speak English, understand English, helps us to go out of this country and dominate business. Go out of this country and dominate the field that we are in. That is why possibly India almost seems to be capturing the world if you look at it from that perspective. Because we speak English. We can communicate ourselves, we understand what others are saying. So the fact is, English is very, very important for India to be a global power. You take away English from India, and if all of us ends up speaking Hindi, the chances are we may not have Nadellas, we may not have Sundar Pichais, we may not have Indira Nuis, or we may not even have a Kamala Harris, whose parents knew English, went, settled in United States of America, and look where she is today. And that's precisely why we have Indians in all of these top jobs, most of these top jobs, and not Chinese or French or Germans or somebody else. because we speak English better. So that's why it's not a great idea to just say यार foreign language है, foreign वो है. All these I think are very emotional argument. They're not practical arguments. That Hindi is our language, English is foreign language. Maybe right, there is no doubt about it. But they are emotional arguments. The fact is, the practical argument is English is important for us to be a global citizen, for us to dominate the profession we are in across the globe. So that's the point that we need to consider. So this is my 2-bit as far as Hindi is concerned. And till I see you next time, that's tomorrow at 10. Namaskar.
Stay ahead with our cutting edge news app. Instantly access the latest shorts in just 1 minute and breaking news in just 50 words. Download now for a smarter, faster news experience.